Hey YouTube, welcome to Scarpad's Domain. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're checking out a couple of sets from the great director, Alfred Hitchcock. Now, these were sets that came out a couple of years back, still available. Two sets so far that they put out, I believe. And we'll talk a little bit about them. I want to show them to you in case you're thinking about getting them. Now, I believe some of these movies have also been released in singles, but not all. So you have to check that out. I know some of them are still only available in these sets. So I've always been a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock. I love his older movies, the murder mysteries. I love the newer stuff, the more psychological stuff like Psycho, and then there's downright creature features. The Birds, one of his greatest films. So it was a no-brainer that I picked these up. Now, Universal, who has put out these Blu-rays and 4Ks, also did similar box sets for the Universal Monsters, and I passed on those because I liked the original discs and the slips covers that they put out for those discs, so I didn't buy the packs. Let's take a look at one. Now this one right here was, I believe, the first one they put out, I believe. Oh, we'll look at this because I believe it was the first one, and it's also his older movie. So this is the Alfred Hitchcock Classics Collection. Here it is. Box set. And all the movies on here, you get Saboteur, Shadow of a Doubt, The Trouble with Harry, Marnie, and Family Plot. And we get them in that order.
From theatlantic.com. Warner's plan for the new movies include tons of other revenue streams, video games, tie-ins with the series.
Now, don't you hate it when Alexa says shit and you don't want to do it?
AKA toys.
Yeah, shut up, Alexa. Oh my God, what a pain in the ass Alexa is. As I was saying, here's the back of the box. Okay. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is the boxes, these slips. If a boutique video maker was doing this, like a Vinegar Syndrome or, any of the boutiques there, Kino, they'd put out, especially Vinegar Syndrome and those guys, a really thick of the box. These are kind of chintzy. These won't win any awards for durability, but I guess they make, they're serviceable. Now, this next part, I have a real love-hate relationship. I love the content. I hate the packaging, and it's because, for a couple of reasons. Now, this is what they call a digipack or a digibook. So all the discs are contained within cardboard pages of this book. Now, I do like it because, as you can see, it affords you really nice artwork. And it opens up like a book, and you have this type of stuff where you have really nice color pictures, collages. And then each book, each movie has its own page. And then we get to the problem here. These things. Now, even though these are glossy sleeves inside here, they inevitably, if you take them out of the packaging quite a bit, will scratch these discs, be it either Blu-ray or 4K. But man, I love the inside of this. You get the, you get the 4K over here, you get the Blu-ray over here. The Blu-ray has the movie too, and the special features. You get the poster art, the original film. You get a synopsis of the film, and you get some artwork. I absolutely love it. But why I hate these things is, getting it out of this thing is near. You got to dig your fingertips in there. Now, this one pulled right out. But some of the ones in the middle, they were tough getting out. I really had to dig and pull to get them out of there. And eventually, you might end up scratching these discs. I don't know. So I'm not a big fan of the paper sleeves, but, they're okay. And I guess if you wanted to, you could get maybe a little felt or fabric sleeve to put them in, and then put them inside here, or put them somewhere separately if you're worried about it. So that's the Saboteur. And then we get Shadow of a Doubt. The Trouble with Harry. That's a great picture right there. Love that. Money. And finally, Family Plot. Now, and then I think there's one more page here. Is there one more page? Yeah. We just get the back of the book. Now, these movies are presented in chronological order. So, first thing we have is Saboteur, which is 1942, the oldest film in here. I've seen this one. Robert Cummings, Priscilla Lane. It's a good mystery. It comes with Saboteur, A Closer Look, storyboards, Alfred Hitchcock sketches, production photographs, theatrical trailer. We jump to 1943 for Shadow of a Doubt. It has Beyond the Doubt, the making of the film, production drawings, production photographs, theatrical trailer. The Trouble with Harry has making of, production photographs, theatrical trailer, 1955. Money jumps to 1964 and has The Trouble Money, which is a documentary, the Money Archives theatrical trailer, and all the way up to 1976. This was Hitchcock's last film before he died, 1976 for Family Plot. And this has plotting Family Plot, storyboards, a chase scene, production photographs, theatrical trailers. Not a lot of features, but quite a few. Probably of all these movies, my favorite in the bunch. I enjoyed Something About Harry, which is kind of, I think, what's that movie there? The one that dragging around the body. Weekend at Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's borrowed a lot from this because this movie they're dragging around Harry's dead body throughout. And it's a mystery comedy. And I really enjoyed that one. It was a good movie. I did enjoy Money, but it's a very heavy movie. It wasn't what I was expecting. This is Sean Connery right before he got the role of James Bond. And actually right after, I think he did a couple of years after, because he did Dr. No in 62. And I think he did From Russia with Love in 63. So this is 64. So this is 2 films into his James Bond. And it really deals with like childhood trauma. Her mother was a prostitute. She saw a murder. So it's very deep. And some of the stuff they really get into is pretty explicit for 1964. It was really a trailblazer. So I liked it, but it wasn't what I expected. Family Plot's a fun movie. That really reminds me of like Knives Out. That director, it was Ryan, I forget his last name. But he definitely borrowed his type of thing, his love for movies, mysteries, from Alfred Hitchcock and from this film explicitly. So those are my favorite 3 films of the bunch. And I really like this. Really nice package, nice book there. Now, that's the first volume, so 5 movies from here. A similar book for the next volume. And this has more of his thrillers and more of his unknown films. Here it is. So we get Rear Window, Vertigo, Psycho, and The Birds. Probably most people will probably be picking up this one because this is really the meat and potatoes of Alfred Hitchcock. So how does this one fare? Well, pretty similar with a change. So we also get the book here. Love it and not. I'm mixed on them. But they did make a change in this a little bit for the better. So here we open this up and we got the same art, nice artwork on the inside. We get the pages for the Blu-rays and the DVDs. So here's Rear Window. But you've noticed they've done something here. The movies themselves, there's an indentation here where there wasn't as much of one in the last one. So it's easier to get your hand in here and take out these movies than it was. So they must have received a lot of complaints from the previous set, and they made some adjustments here. So I applaud them for that. So there's Rear Window. Vertigo, great artwork there. James Stewart. Psycho, also very nice. And The Birds. And then here's the back of the book. Now, so what we get is, as I said, similar. You get the movie on 4K. You get the features on the Blu-rays. And a lot more features on these. Rear Window, of course, these are more popular films, so obviously there's probably more stuff out there for it. You get Rear Window Ethics, an original documentary, Conversation with the Screenwriter, Pure Cinema, Through the Eyes of a Master, Breaking Barriers, The Sound of Hitchcock, Hitchcock and Truffaut interviews, Masters of Cinema, a commentary with John Farrell, who is the author of a Hitchcock book, production photographs, theatrical trailer, and re-release trailer narrated by James Stewart. And on Vertigo, we're getting Obsessed with Vertigo, New Life for Hitchcock's Masterpiece, Partners in Crime, Hitchcock Truffaut interviews, Foreign Censorship Ending, interesting, I haven't seen this one yet, The Vertigo Archives, feature commentary director William Friedkin, 100 Years of Universal, theatrical trailer and restoration trailer. Look, and Psycho, The Making of Psycho, Psycho Sound, In the Master's Shadow, Hitchcock's Legacy, Hitchcock Truffaut interview excerpts, newsreel footage, shower scene with or without music, the shower sequence storyboards, the Psycho Archives, feature commentary with Steve Rubello, another Hitchcock author, lobby cards, behind the scenes photographs, production photographs, theatrical trailer and re-release trailer. And finally, for The Birds, we're getting The Birds, Hitchcock's monster movie, all about the birds, storyboard sequence, to be hindered screen test, deleted scene, the original ending, Hitchcock Truffaut interviews, Universal's newsreel, The Birds Are Coming, production photographs, 100 Years of Universal restoring the classics, 100 Years of Universal The Lot, and a theatrical trailer. So really, this set is really chock full of extra features besides the movies. All these come with digital codes, which I believe redeem on Movies Anywhere, which is nice, not just like Voodoo, which is a real pain in the butt. I've seen all the movies except for Vertigo in the set, and they all look fantastic. The Birds has never looked better. The stark black and white photography and filming of Psycho in 4K is just astonishing, and I really recommend, if you're going to get one movie out of the set, get Psycho. It looks the best, and really is a fantastic. Rear Window is good too, but Psycho is really, really the one that you want. Now, The Birds is the best it's ever looked, but because The Birds had a lot of optical effects where he used a lot of glass photography and such to get the birds into the picture there. It doesn't look quite as good as Psycho, but it looks pretty darn good, and the best it's ever looked on video. I highly recommend both these sets, and you can get them for on sale for probably between $40 and $50 for that many movies. Well worth getting it. Now, I did recommend Psycho, and if you're only a Psycho lover, people especially who watch the Dylan's Horror Show and whatnot, it is available, and this may still be available. I went ahead and picked this up. This is the Psycho Steelbook, and also it's inside something else I recommend, which is getting a Steelbook protector or plastic case for your Steelbooks that not only protect the Steelbook, but any slip covers or plastic covers they're in. These things have a tendency to ding and dang because they're not very thick steel, aluminum. So it's worth getting. There's the back. Now, let me open this up. So once you get these in here, these go in really well. They fit in perfectly. They're made for Steelbooks. You can pick up these covers on Amazon. I think they were like $25 for 30 of them or something similar to that. And then, of course, when you do that, and the movie will come right out. And this is the 60th anniversary limited edition Steelbook. And you notice that it says uncut version. So there is a version that has a little bit more, I think, to the shower scene and that's uncut here. So we get Psycho uncut. The extended version of the movie is seen in theaters in 1960 is exactly as intended by Alfred Hitchcock and now available with additional footage for the first time only. And then you get Psycho, the most widely seen cut version of the movie was edited for content and subsequently used for TV broadcasts, theatrical releases, and home entertainment for the last 60 years. So you get both of these. Now you get the making of Psycho. So you get the same other ones that are on that other set. So that's going to be in here. And then to open this up and take a look at it. Let's see if I can pop that open. There's the front. And there's the back. Reminds me kind of the the Scream steelbook that just came out. Really nice. And then if you open this up, that's a great cover there. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is this disc to 4K is very easy to come out. This, at least it was in the other ones, you will be bending your disc because this doesn't move. You can't push this in, and you got this in front of it, and you try to take this out. So if you have to really pry it open. So I'm not a big fan of that, but it is what it is. And that's the rest of the. Let's get the staircase there. But that's a very nice steelbook. So if you're only interested in Psycho, I think track this down if you can still get it. I think it's still available, I believe. And well worth picking up. Now, let me just check here. I don't think that this version... Okay, it does. This does include the two versions of Psycho. So if you get it in the box set, you're going to get that as well. So that's good to know. But I recommend a box set, especially for what you can get for, unless you really, really want the steelbook. Now, in addition to these covers, I recommend, as I said, you can get these covers, these nice hard, kind of like plastic shell on Amazon. I've also started doing these. These are Blu-ray sleeves. You get 100 of them for probably about, I think it was about $12 or 100. So they're not that expensive, and they're clear, and it's self-resealable. And basically, I've been putting all my movies, at least all my, right now, all the boutiques, anything with slips or boutiques that can fit in here. Now, there's a limit. Now, this is a 4K, and look how nice that makes that look. And you're not going to get any kind of scuffing or marks on this slip cover. Your slip cover is always going to look the same as it did. Now, these were really kind of designed for just the no-slip Blu-rays, which slide right in. Now, the Blu-ray slips will fit in here. It's a little tight, and you have to be kind of a little careful when you kind of like line them up and then just shimmy them in. And then once they're in these sleeves for a while, these things loosen up a little bit so that then they come in and out, with no problem. Blu-rays, these 4K Blu-rays, believe it or not, the box is a little smaller, just a hair smaller than the regular Blu-rays. But I've gotten most commercial, like something like this, in a Blu-ray or a 4K, I've gotten in these with no problem. It's the boutique ones that have thicker slip covers or thicker boxes, because maybe it's a 4-disc set or something, then you might not be able to get in here. But I've gotten quite a few discs in there, and I'm probably going to go with the DVD ones for the larger sets so that they'll slip a little bit better. But I like these, really nice, and they look good on the shelf. You can still see, even though there's a little bit of a lip here because of the, you can see that because of the way it sticks out a little bit. But you can still see the title, no problem at all. You can see it's self-sealed back here, which is really nice. And if you treat your Blu-ray, your 4K like I do, which is really it's a library, it's a collectible to me, and even especially with a good slip cover on here, then to pay a little bit more and get these sleeves, I recommend them. I really do. And as I said, these are the ones I get. And you can get them on Amazon for about $12 for the Blu-ray ones. So that's pretty much everything I have for today, looking at the Alfred Hitchcock box set. And then showing off some of the stuff I've been boxing. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to try to come in and show, as I said, every day either a new release or a piece of my collection that I'm really proud of that I think people might want to see because they might want to make some informed choices on what they pick up and what they add to their collection. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by and watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your 4Ks, Blu-rays, enjoy your physical media because one day they may be gone and we'll be doing everything by streaming and you'll be like I was yesterday, no internet for the entire day, and then you'll be going, oh, fuck. Take it easy, everybody. Thanks a lot. And keep watching those Blu-rays.